So we're out in the woods, the storm is rolling in, and as you can see, we are stuck. So let's talk about what happened here. I was actually heading out into the woods to film an entirely different video that I guess now you won't get to see till sometime in the future. And I guess if you want to see what that video is going to be, subscribe down below and make sure you stick around to see that one when it happens to come out. But for now, as I was heading out here, I kind of got myself stuck in this snowdrift, which I really kind of expected to do. I put it in reverse, gave it a bit of throttle to try to spin myself back out. As you can see, it spun and dug, and then I heard a pop and the front end stopped moving. That's usually not a good sign. So I hopped out, looked underneath here, and what do I see but the front output shaft of the transfer case is snapped. There you go. Get right in there and look at that. As you can see, the rear drive shaft is working just fine. So that is not an ideal thing to have happen when you're out in the woods alone, which brings me to my next point. Don't go wheeling alone. So now that we have no front drive shaft, question is, how are we gonna get out of here? Okay, we are now using that Apex winch to this tree up here, the tree saver, and we're snatch blocked back to ourselves to double up the line. I don't need to double up a 12,000 pound winch to pull a 5,000 pound Jeep out of the snow. But like I said, at this point, I just need to get out. So we're not taking any chances. We're kind of just stacking the odds of success as far in our favor as we can. Now, I guess since we've got so much time together to, talk and such, I'll tell you what the video I was going to make was going to be about. I was going to make a video that was going to be about how to survive overnight when you're stranded in the mountains in a snowstorm, because it's going to snow tonight. And so I figured, see that popping? That's not good. Anyway, I figured I'd go up and make this video on how to survive in the snowstorm in your vehicle with very minimal things. And the reason I'm now not going to do that, even though, like, obviously if this recovery efforts fail, this would be a very good lead up to being stuck in the woods overnight. But I don't want to do that video. Let that alternator catch back up some. This Jeep's got a bad alternator in it. It's very weak. I don't want to do that video now that the vehicle is broke down, because I want to make sure I have a way out. If I'm filming this and I get hurt, something happens, and I need to get out right now, I don't have that way out in the middle of the night. So we're gonna turn tail, get ourselves out of this situation, get home, and I'll film that video another time. Oh, help if I put it back in drive. I mean, I don't know how much it's going to help if I put it back in drive, because I don't have much drive. I really need to get a new alternator in this thing. This is not good. Okay. Okay, let's move the winch out farther. Next tree. Hello, Mr. Tree. You are going to be my best friend today. I hope. All right, let's try this again. And yes, I'm spinning my tires quite a bit, not because I think spinning tires helps. I know it actually hurts, but I want to keep the RPMs up some to keep this alternator caught up with the winch battery. Because it's not doing hot, and it's not the winch. These winches use very little power, but the alternator is going out. All right. Whew. Almost fell. That would top everything off nicely, wouldn't it? Okay. All right. Thank you, Badlands. I don't think you're done yet for the day, but that was very good. All right. Now we got to turn around. Put our toys away. Okay, we do have to remember we still have that drive line flopping around in there, so we're gonna have to take it out. But I'm wondering if there's a better spot to do it that's not so muddy. I think right up here might be that spot. Oh yeah, that sounds great. Okay, that's our spot. All right, now just hopefully we have the tools we need, because it'd really suck if we didn't. And this is the tools we need. And there's the ratchet for the tools we need. Let's go. 5/16, I believe, ish. There you are. Lucy way direction. Why aren't you fitting? That's what you are. Come on. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, that shaft is snapped off clean. Super not ideal. Oh, I see what the popping sound was, and it's not good. I told you that this hydraulic ram has enough power to hurt things under here, and it was definitely doing that. So let me get this drive line off and I'll show you what it did. All right. That's not supposed to come out in one piece. Get this last bolt out of here. There it is. Okay. Get me out of here. And let's check out some carnage. Everybody loves carnage. All right, first of all, there is our broke off output shaft. Luckily the seal's still in there and that's still there, so hopefully it doesn't like leak all our fluid out. I don't think it will, but we shall see. Now, this is the track bar mount bracket. This is the track bar. That track bar is what holds the axle centered under the Jeep. And this bracket, of course, attaches to the unibody subframe. That's what stops the front axle from like leaving. That bracket has actually tried to come off of there before and was moving all around. I thought I couldn't get it to stop. So I actually welded it in place up in there and around there. And then it was solid and fine. But so that popping noise was actually this ram pushing so hard on the tire this way that it was torquing the body and it ripped apart those welds. Like I said, that has enough power to hurt things. So now I guess we'll try to get off the mountain first, and then I'll try to torque those bolts down as hard as I can, because I don't really want to drive home with that loose under there. That would be very much bad. Okay, it started up, which is good, because shutting it off after draining the battery down on a bad alternator and a winch was kind of not a bright idea, but I have a jump pack just in case. Okay, now we're gonna go this way. Now we're gonna go this way. Get lined up out of here. All right, I kind of think my only hope of getting through that is speed. So let's put on our seatbelt, back up here, and try out the whole speed thing. I still don't think I'm gonna make it. Wow. All right, now we just gotta do that like 5-8 more times through all these drifts and we can go home. All right, I'm back. Get my shovel, and get you guys, and now we gotta walk back to the Jeep again, tie the shovel to the roof, put you back on the handheld tripod instead of this big tripod, and we just gotta ram our way through like 10 more snow drifts like that before we can head home. All right, so back in the Jeep, got all my gear loaded up. I think I've got everything. The transfer case is not leaking, which is good. And we've got rear wheel drive. So we've got another 2 miles or so of snow drifts like this to get through. And then we can start heading down the mountain to get back to paved road. Which means our adventure's not over quite yet. And so far, it's I've been up here for 2.5 hours trying to get unstuck out of there and messing with this, so I'd like to go home now. Momentum. Momentum is the only thing that's gonna get us down this hill. So we've got it in 4 low so that I can be going kind of slow where I need to and give it the throttle where I need to, and it picks up quick. And ooh, I forgot about this one. This one is pretty deep through there, about 3 to 4 feet on that upper side. Just a foot or so, 2 foot down on the lower side, but it's sloped pretty good like that. The road doesn't slope underneath it, but the snow drift does. So, and it curves that way, then I believe curves that way. And let's see how this goes. Woo! All right, it wasn't as bad as I thought. I got a tree branch here, and oh well. Now we're gonna go wide on this one, try to keep those back tires on as much dirt as possible. And you hear that clanking in the front end, that's that track bar bracket. So hopefully that stays together. Oh, here's a good one. Woo! Oh man. Just trying to go fast enough to stay on top of the drift and not break into it. Because once we break down into it with that front end being completely dead and just free rolling, it's game over. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, I think I can stay left. Oh, nope, lots of snow. Woo! Well, that was not part of the plan, but all the tires are still connected, so, oh man. That was almost not good. That was really not good. That Jeep, it like hopped up and spun sideways and came totally in the air and pointed right at a tree. But I had to keep my momentum up so I didn't bury it in the snow, but I also had to, like, you know, not hit the tree. So, whew, that was close. Might need to check the whole undercarriage after that one. Oh man. All right, we're back at the bottom of the mountain, getting the tires aired up, and I remembered I had this sweater in the back of the Jeep. And I figured, what an appropriate time to wear. I never said I was good at this sweater, so I changed. Check that pressure real quick. A little over 30. Keep going a little more. So, did a lot of things go wrong today? Yes. Were there a lot of things I could have done different to make them not go so wrong? Also, yes. Why didn't I do those things? Well, it's because you weren't here to tell me what to do, so I just did the things that I did, and then you saw what you saw, and it's kind of how it goes sometimes. But seriously, I get on a lot of the videos people telling me like, you should have done this, you did that wrong, why didn't you do it this way? I would have done this, and that's fine. There's 100 different ways to do a lot of things that we're doing out here, and everybody does things different. Do I always do them right? No. I mean, my saying is literally, I never said I was good at this. Keep that in mind. There's many different ways to get to the same conclusion. I mean, look at this. We're back down here at the start of the pavement, all tires aired up, ready to head on down the highway, good to go, other than, you know, putting the new front output shaft in the transfer case. But I actually have a spare transfer case for this at my house, and I can either just swap the output shaft or just swap the whole case. So that's not even that big of a deal. But yeah, there's a bunch of different ways to do the same thing. I do things the way I do them because it's the way I do them, and you can do things how you want to do them too. That's the great thing about the world we live in. So no need to belittle people about how they're doing things and how much better you are. And I'm not saying that more about like people telling me I'm doing things wrong. It's when telling the customers in the videos how wrong they are and how bad they are at everything. Just stop. I mean, a lot of the people who comment like that, when they say mean things and like really talk some shit about the customer, in case you haven't noticed, some of you, I totally block you from ever being able to comment again, because if you can't be nice, you don't need to be here. Make sure that's turned off. So in case you haven't noticed, I enjoy this. This is a lot of fun. The whole reason we do this is to have fun. So if you're the type of person who watches these videos and gets all riled up and mad about stuff and wants to go and talk a bunch of crap to the people in the videos, don't watch anymore. I'm clearly not making this for you, and we don't need your attitude here. But anyway, we're headed home. That did not go well at all, but that's all part of the fun with this stuff. I still had a great time out in the woods. Even with all of that, I still very much enjoyed it. Didn't get to make the video I wanted to make, but made this one instead. Stay tuned and I will get that one made also. And the good thing is, the woods are right here. We can go back and try again anytime. So stay tuned. I'll get that video up hopefully here before too long when all the snow melts. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Oh, that was not part of the plan, but